And hello, visuals. Welcome to the Visual Guys Need a Fucking Smoke podcast, where we're going to change up with this one coming out on Sunday. We're going to call the what can we call this?
I don't know which one we're doing.
We'll smash off the Loki and Captain Marvel, the Marvels first, and then we'll ramble the news in the second podcast. But if this is just Loki,
This is Loki and Captain the Marvels.
we can call it the
MCU news.
Yeah. We're just basically this podcast, which is usually entertainment news. We're just going to talk about Loki season 2 and the Marvels. Probably spoiler heavy shit's a warning. And then on Tuesday, I'll upload the entertainment news, the second podcast.
Okay.
We'll do it that way. But no, but we are fresh from our viewing of the Marvels. Chris is first, my second. Should we do Loki first?
Can do.
Should we talk? Right, go on then, Chris. As I spark up my cigarette, just tell us your thoughts, opinions, whatnots of Loki season 2.
Season 2. The whole season?
Well, you know.
It has been 6 weeks.
Just talk. Well, summarise the whole season, but we'll talk more episodes of 6, I guess.
Right.
Bear in mind, visuals. Chris is very tired as well. That's why we're just trying to break shit down and fucking.
I remember the 6 episodes.
Well, talk more episode 6. Talk more 6, mate.
Obviously, episode 6, the final episode of season 2.
Is it the last ever season of Loki? Are they going to do any more?
Well, I don't know, because there's rumours that there is going to be a 3rd season.
Right.
But Loki can't really be in it.
Not this one, anyway. They could have a variant.
So, spoiler heavy, by the way, people. Last episode, episode 6, season 2. Obviously, Loki did a lot of jumping about in time to try and save the TVA. And then eventually it got to the point where he didn't want to kill Sylvie.
Yeah, he chose not to.
Sylvie didn't kill... What was his name?
He Who Remains.
That's the one. He Who Remains. So, he chose to sacrifice himself to save everybody.
To try and keep all the branches open.
To keep everything in order.
Yeah.
Which means now, the god of mischief is now basically the god of time. So he will now, in theory, it's why we can now get many weird branches into other episodes, like X-Men and whatever else. Because now he's the god of time.
Yeah, he's the, like I said to you on the way down, he's the, what's known in comic Marvel, the storyteller, which is quite cool. Like I said, there was a nice nod at the end of it, and written by Loki, which is quite cool. He decided to let everything flow how it originally did. And he thought, right, okay, well, because what was unreal was, I loved how this, because it's all about time and loops are coming back. And if you think about it carefully, we ended season 2 where we ended season 1 in that room, basically, with He Who Remains and shit. And I love the fact that as he keeps on battling Sylvie, He Who Remains knew the whole time. Like, he stopped and be like, how long have you been at this? And he's like, oh, you know. But then Loki also had a different part of it where he was like, oh, you think we've had this conversation? But it's like, I just loved how it all flew. And I don't know what's happening with Jonathan Majors. I don't know if you could update us on that. But I fucking loved him as Victor Timely, He Who Remains and stuff.
I can.
Oh, you can? I can. I don't know if, as far as I'm aware, all charges are dropped. That's the last I heard about it.
There we go. He will stand trial.
Oh, he's still on trial, so charges haven't been dropped.
At the end of the month. And then, we'll go from there.
Right, okay, so as far as we're aware then, Jonathan Majors may not be in it going forward, but regardless of whatever happens in that outcome, I still enjoyed his as an actor in this.
He was good.
From the
as both characters, really.
He even did a rib when he was He Who Remains on. He did an impression of Victor Timely with his, and I'm like, you're the same, like, what? But it was so haunting. The poetic justice of this, like the full circle stuff, like Loki saying to Sylvie at that bar a few episodes ago about how he doesn't want to be alone to ultimately end up alone. Him saying that back in Avengers Assemble about finding his ultimate purpose and who he is, and this being his ultimate purpose and stuff. And the way we see him transition at the end, he's walking towards all the different timelines and shit like that, and he's just grabbing them and fucking sits down on his throne, which he ultimately got his throne. They always said you just want a throne to sit on, and he got it in some kind of
throne. Yeah,
he brought it all together. But it was like when Loki's introduced in the first 4 film and stuff, and he's one of the big baddies, and then you see him in Avengers Assemble, he's again one of the big baddies, and then he ended up being arguably the biggest hero we've had in the MCU. Yes, Iron Man sacrificed himself with the snapping shit, but he's literally sacrificed everything to keep all these timelines in check and whatnot. Yeah. And it's like, wow, you've literally come complete 110 million% full circle. It was just fucking beautiful. And like I said to you on the walk down, Tom Hiddleston's performance in this was just, throughout everything he's done Loki-wise, was just phenomenal when he had to keep recreating different scenarios, but in different scenes, but the same scene but different times and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it was, and I loved the way that this show showed you when stuff was unraveling from different, and the way that it was strands. It just looked so amazing, and I loved #Team Loki, all of them, Mobius and everybody. Oh my fucking god! Even he had a lovely ending where he just wanted to stand and wait for a while and watch his variant with the kids and stuff. And Sylvie went off and did her shit, and it was fucking outstanding.
The whole season, both 1 and 2, to be fair, they were both good seasons. I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, oh my god, it's really so much fun.
Like I said to you on the way down, now with him being God of Time, anything can happen.
Not quite literally.
And obviously, it's still early news, but it looks like we are going to get Iron Man back.
Yeah, I saw all them reports about.
So, in theory,
he
could bring Iron Man back.
As far as I'm aware, when he's controlled his time slipping, he can only control his time in terms of going back and forward.
Yeah.
He can't influence anybody else's time going back and forward.
No.
But he could dabble in timelines now that he's literally holding all these strands and cross them where they need to be, and he can influence stuff and whatnot.
He can do that, and he could probably, in theory, bring a variant of Iron Man over.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's the way they're going to play, because obviously now if Jonathan Majors is, because I did also see a report that if it doesn't work with Kang, they were going to jump straight to Doctor Doom and have him be the next big bad, which I'm all up for. Mm-hmm. But now we've started it, I want to see how this Kang stuff unveils. But I guess that, does it hang on the Jonathan Majors shit, or will they just recast or what?
I don't know, but I want them just to, hopefully, that whatever has happened gets sorted, gets justice, whatever. But I like this Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, 100%.
I want to see more of this.
I really, like I said, give me Doctor Doom, please, any day of the week. I love him so much. But now we've dabbled in this Kang stuff and we've seen different versions and whatnot. I just want the Kang shenanigans. And like I said to you, that alleged thing that I read about how the TVA were going to pluck heroes from different parts of the multiverse to make an ultimate secret wars team to fight on these Kang variants and shit. And like I said, at the end of this episode, they referenced the stuff that Ant-Man did in Quantumania and shit. So they're already keeping eyes on these Kang scenarios and whatnot. I want to keep this. I don't know what they do if Jonathan Majors is found guilty. Like I said, I thought it was fucking done and dusted, but as Chris has just brought up, it's clearly not. But yeah, and that theory, I don't know if it's correct. I said to Chris, there was a theory that somebody put on a Facebook page about why the time stone's green is because of Loki and all that kind of stuff. I like that if it's true. I don't know if anybody will end up confirming that stuff. But bravo to everybody, the writing and stuff, the writers behind this, because it was just phenomenal. It was amazing. It was extremely emotional. Because like I said, when you first introduced to Loki, you're like, you're the annoying little brother, bloody hell, come on, Thor, get him. And then it's like, oh my God, you're the ultimate. Like, literally, I was thinking when I was watching that and he's climbing down at his horns, I was like, Odin would be so proud of you. Like, Thor would be so proud of you. Oh, it was fucking beautiful for him.
Oh, yeah, it was. It's where he's wanted. He's always wanted his own throne. He's always wanted to be God, and now he basically is.
Yeah, but not in this circumstance though.
No,
I think he wanted, because I remember when he wanted everyone to bow to him in Avengers and stuff, and like he said, he didn't want to be alone. But it's like this Loki that we once knew for being a little dickhead and a little thingy, and he's like, no, I need to do this for everybody to be. I want to keep Sylvie alive, and I'm gonna have to sacrifice my whatever, not life because he's still alive, but my thingy for this.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens next.
Yeah, because apart from what I said about the IMDb page saying that him and Mobius are in Deadpool 3, whether that's variant, I don't know. Whether that's true still. If we say it's not, I don't know when we see Loki again.
I don't know. Like, season 3 is not confirmed, but even if it does happen, there's no reason why he will be in it.
But the way they showed you it, and do you know what's even better as well? Sorry, there's a metaphor. I don't know how well you know your Norse mythology, but the whole tree of life thing that the Norse mythology is all based on. When the camera pans out, it turns and it twists to look like the tree of life in Norse mythology. And obviously, we know that Loki's son, the serpent, is at the root of the tree and whatnot. And it was like the whole Norse mythology symbolism and shit was just, oh my god, I couldn't believe it. Because you obviously, I don't know if you when it turned, it looks like a fucking tree.
No.
Oh well, yeah. If you see it again visually, it is. You're like, oh my god, wow. Especially if you like I said, if you love Norse mythology and shit. Yeah, hope you see him again. It gets a massive 10 out of 10 for me. Beautiful all around. And like I said to you as well, we just saw Darben in the Marvels, who was married to Loki, and she got her MCU debut today, and he got his potential finale today. On the same day, which is fucking awesome. But yeah, Loki for me, it was 10 out of 10. Episode 6 alone was just beautiful. Your final thoughts on Loki, sir?
I agree with you. Absolutely loved it. Enjoyed episode 6, but I enjoyed both seasons. Really enjoyed them.
Yeah.
If there's a season 3, looking forward to seeing it. But I reckon it won't be till at least maybe end of 24. Around this year, time next year, maybe even into 25 now. Right. But yeah, it's a solid 10 out of 10 for me. Yeah,
it's fucking awesome. Beautiful. Right, that's Loki season 2. We'll quickly talk the Marvels. We'll do spoiler heavy. There is a spoiler free review up on the channel. So, because I've already talked about it, Chris, this is your first viewing. Tell us what you think of the Marvels.
I really enjoyed it. I did. It was funny.
I heard you laugh so many times.
It was funny. Well, like you said on the way down, Kamala. She's a lovable character.
So awesome.
She's just sort of full of joy and life.
Yeah, just dots around with her favourite hero around space.
Yeah.
Fucking...
It was such a good film. Such a happy film.
Even Nick Fury was a lot more light-hearted.
Yeah.
Because like obviously we've just had him in Secret Invasion, where it's regardless of what you thought of the show, but he's very nitty gritty, typical Nick Fury. To this, where he's a bit more.
Yeah. Is this set before?
I want to say it's this. The Marvels is set after, but I can't put a start. I'm fairly certain it is, but I could be wrong.
I couldn't figure that out either.
I'm fairly certain it's because obviously we saw him at the end of Secret Invasion going back up.
Yes.
So I'm assuming this is him back up. But again, I could be completely wrong there. We'll have to fact check.
Yeah, I might have to look into that, but I don't know. But no, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a weird one because, like I said, I understand why some people have like the pre-sale tickets and whatnot, and a lot of people, the hype didn't feel like it was there, and maybe it's because I don't know if most people watch Miss Marvel or if people don't remember Monica Rambeau because she was really only WandaVision, or if people were in love with Captain. I don't know what it was. But it definitely didn't deserve, like I said, the Rotten Tomatoes stuff, even though it shouldn't really go off Rotten Tomatoes, it's a weird score system. The audience seemed to love it, but the critics there again, the critics absolutely slammed it. It's like the likes of Mario and shit, and everybody fucking, love Mario.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, it seems to have slipped under the radar a bit, so...
Again, like I said to you on the way down, I think a lot of people have something to do with Brie. I don't know why. Exactly.
There's a lot of political stuff, isn't there? Like she said a few political stuff that very PC and woke, and people have. I think she said there was an interview. She was like, "Why is every interviewer here just a bunch of white dudes?" And I know that ticked a lot of people off, which was a weird comment.
It was a weird comment, but it was around the era where fucking girl power and all that shit, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's another good one though because. The next time somebody kicks off or whatever and says, "Oh, we need more film with girls," and you think it's like, "Go back and watch this. This was fucking hilarious. The girls were badass. They were hilarious."
Yeah, the heroes were girls. The villain was a girl. Not like I'm fucking gendering people or anything like that. The way one kicks off with me.
No, but it's a good tick in the box. Like if anybody says to you, when do girls ever get front and stage? This was literally girl power. It was fucking
girl power.
And
Yeah,
it was
good.
It was fucking awesome.
They worked well together. The way they bounced off each other.
Literally about to say that. The way that they implemented this, because it's such a fun take, and the way that their powers kept, not the powers kept swapping, they kept swapping every time they used their powers, it looked awesome. That first fight where they kept bouncing between like space and Kamala's house and whatnot, it was awesome, and the choreography to that was just.
I was thinking
flawless.
that the way when they were fighting, so you must have had a lot of fucking scenes.
Just to make sure. Okay, you just threw the punch. We need to make sure you're over there now. You've just blasted, so we need to make sure you're over there.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I said it in my spoiler-free review. I'll get to the negative now. Was it's somewhat of a soft negative. I did say I'm a spoiler-free one, but I might look at it differently the second viewing. Is I think Dar-Ben was a little bit non-existent through it. She just sort of like the Marvels would deal with a big situation. She would rock up there and have a scuffle. Then they would deal with a situation. She would rock up there and scuffle. Then they did the final fight. She sort of evaporated. End of. And I was like,
yeah,
could have done her a bit better.
What I also could have liked is the film to be a bit longer. It was too short.
Remember what I told you? Like when I first watched it, I sat down, munched my shirt, then the next thing you know, I'm stood up and I'm like, oh, the credits are here. It just felt like it flows.
Yeah, it was it 9 o'clock it started?
Yeah, roughly about 9.
Yeah, so it's about an hour and 20 minutes ish. So it's about right for a film, but it seemed it needed a bit longer.
It's got to be one of the shortest MCU films. It has to be.
It has to be.
Yeah, I don't know if it will. I know the earlier ones weren't mega long, but it's got to be one of the earliest.
Yeah.
One of the earliest, sorry, one of the shortest.
It's got to be one of the shortest, but it needed to be a bit longer.
Yeah, it did everything right with the Marvels. I was happy with the way their relationship, but like I said, just give us a bit more time with Dar-Ben. Her story as well was justified. She saw Captain Marvel as this big villain because of what she did. And so all of that was right, all that was justified, but I just felt like we barely saw her. I don't know if that's because of the runtime or whatnot. And I know initially, I think I read somewhere, well, I know I read somewhere, apparently Quantumania was supposed to release now, and the Marvels were supposed to release when Quantumania come out. Mm-hmm. But then there was some sort of, they wanted to push Quantumania because of Kang stuff and whatnot. So I don't know if any of that took it to play, and they thought, okay, we better stop shooting here and get that ready for now. I don't know if any of that come about.
I don't know. I was going to say something, I forgot now.
Me rambling on, fucking dulled your brain probably.
I don't know what to say. Never mind.
But yeah, honestly though, everybody out of the Marvels got enough time, and like I fell in love more with Captain. Oh, go no! Before you forget.
What I would have liked, because I can't. Obviously, we never see in the Hala incident in any of the films, did we? You briefly touched upon it. I think somewhat, if I remember correctly, in Captain Marvel. But I've only watched that one a couple of times because it's one of my least favourites. What it would have been nice is maybe to start off in the past. This happened.
Yeah.
To keep everyone up with the story to now, and then obviously have it just a bit longer. Maybe push it to a 2-hour mark.
Yeah, 2 hours probably would have been bang on.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you on that point. And the story wise, that would have flowed quite perfectly. But yeah, what I was going to say was, I fell in love with Captain Marvel a bit more in this. I wasn't huge on Captain Marvel the film. You were a lot bigger fan than mine. I didn't mind it. And I think this is the best Captain Marvel we've got, like, take on her.
This is her second film now.
It's technically her second film. She's done Captain Marvel. We've seen her in Infinity and Endgame. But I know it's the Marvels, but you can call it... It's kind of like when they did Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah. It was Ant-Man's second film, but with extras. It's our second real outing with... We've probably spent more time with Miss Marvel, if you think about it. We had 6 45-minute episodes, and then this film. So we've probably spent a bit more time with her, but she flowed into it beautifully. The dynamic with it, like it was like her family wasn't forced in for comedic relief. It all flowed. It made sense to everything. Monica Rambeau was, again, we just saw her in WandaVision, and we see Nick Fury at the end of that, and we know why he wants her, and she's been up in space doing the shenanigans.
Yeah.
It's quite cool because obviously we see that effect when the Guardians are going mad as well. So we saw they're doing that space shit, and all the Marvels had perfect amount of screen time. They all felt developed. We got a bit more of how Captain Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel's feeling, internally with everything that's going on and whatnot, and her relationship with Monica Rambeau and stuff. I loved all three of them together. I will happily, more than happily, have another outing with all three of these.
I'd like to see them all again.
100%, mate.
Yeah.
But I'm best guess. We don't know where Marvel's get. Like you said, there's only one film next year, being Deadpool 3. I don't know if they're going to say, okay, it's Miss Marvel. Let's get you in this Young Avengers. Monica, let's keep you in the X-Men for whatever until you come back. Carol, you can have another solo. I don't know what they're going to do.
I don't. Nothing's been mentioned with any of them.
No.
After this. I'm guessing the next time we see Rambo will probably be in an X-Men film.
Yeah, whatever they do with it, she's got to be there.
Whatever. Or maybe in Deadpool.
Deadpool's perfect because we know for a fact, because of the 20th Century logo and because of how nuts it's going to be, we know for a fact Deadpool is going to go here.
Yes.
And I'm getting goosebumps talking about it, makes it going to be meant. We're guaranteed going to see weird scenes where him and Wolverine are doing shit in this particular part of Spider-Man, and then they're doing this particular part of the Fantastic. They're going to go here, there, and every fucking where.
They are indeed. So
it's going to be fucking weird. So there's no reason why we can't see Monica in this Deadpool.
Yeah. So she must be staying there for a while then.
Yeah, like Beast. Sorry, we got ahead of ourselves there. There's a end credit scene where we wake with Monica Rambeau after she's saved everybody and she's fixed the hole in time and space, and she wakes up and not only is her mum but not really her mum next to her. There's Beast walks into the room and saying, "This is physically impossible that you're here, but you're here."
This Beast.
It's Beast from the original X-Men films.
Right. Okay. So which one is that?
The one with
no Scrubs.
I'm no Superman.
Is that fucking? What the fuck's the British?
Patrick Stewart.
The kids. Fucking
the kids.
Yes, the TV show with all the kids.
The TV show with all the kids
Effie and all that lot.
Skins.
Yes. Is he not the guy from Skins?
Oh, I can't remember. Was he in Skins? Oh no, yeah, that's the Beast that we saw in like Days of Future Past with James McAvoy.
So it's not him.
But to be fair though, the way the X-Men films work, I think he would grow up to be him. But when he's playing the Beast, obviously it's more him and younger and shit. But I think because like Days of Future Past, because obviously them X-Men films were set early on, weren't they? In like the 60s and in the 80s. I think he grows up to then become him because the X-Men world's all fucked up. But this actor and this version of Beast we saw in the original X-Men, like one with Patrick Stewart and Sir Ian McKellen and stuff.
We're gonna have to have a catch up. We're gonna have to do a fucking whole X-Men
shit. Yeah, get all the X-Men stuff done
in there somewhere.
Yeah, because like I said, even then because we know Wolverine's back, and as far as I'm aware, it's a variant Wolverine. I don't know if it's the Wolverine we were. I could be wrong on that, but I don't know because we know Deadpool, like I said, is going here, there, and every fucking where.
Well, I don't.
Because even Deadpool's fucked up because we got Deadpool in X-Men Origins Wolverine, but it was the Deadpool with the sewed up mouth and the big swords. So we know that's a different Deadpool.
Which was Ryan Reynolds.
It was Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
Got shot.
Because Deadpool's known for his mouth, but even in the film they say you'd be better if your mouth was sewed shut. And then one of Deadpool's biggest talking points is his weird talking and one-liners and jokes. And they thought, yeah, let's make him shut up. And it's like giving Spider-Man, let's do Spider-Man without the webs. We're like, what? So that was a weak, because that film was a bit up and down and weak at moments and stuff. Yeah. But yes, we do see Beast regardless, and we see our lovely new favourite Kamala Khan approach. I don't know if she's one of your favourite characters, but she's definitely one of your favourite actresses. Seeing Kate Bishop, she's there with
Kate Bishop,
with Pizza Dog and her bow, and she does a whole Nick Fury. You know, I'm making a team. There's just me and you at the minute.
Well, hopefully we'll get another season. Obviously, it's not going to be fucking. What was it called?
Hawkeye. Yeah.
Well, no, it can be Hawkeye because she kind of took over, didn't she?
Well, yeah, we know Clint's going to retire.
Yeah.
He brought her in at the end. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
Let's as well remember how much of a nice Christmas themed show that was. Because it was not last Christmas, Christmas before.
No.
Was it last Christmas?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, but either way, it built us up to Christmas.
It did.
Because even Spider-Man at the end of him, he's swinging around, thinking, and it was like, that was a nice little Christmas adventure. And then but yeah, Kate Bishop makes an appearance. We know that Hope's going to come along because she mentions, that Ant-Man's got a daughter. We just saw her in Quantumania and stuff. So there's definitely a Young Avengers on the way somewhere.
Yes.
Wiccan in stature from WandaVision, Wanda's kids. They're usually Young Avengers. We saw Hulkling at the end of She-Hulk. He's got every potential to be a Young Avenger.
Right.
So, but yes, the Marvels. It was the action was awesome. Visually, I love the way they do Kamala's powers and how it looks. Everybody was top notch. It was hilarious. It was somewhat touching seeing Carol and Monica reunite. It was awesome in the fact that we get to see like Beast and some X-Men stuff from shenanigans at the end.
We get to see a lot of kittens eat people.
Fucking that scene alone was. I can see right. I understand if somebody comes up to me and goes, "Dan, I watched that Marvels. It was fucking ridiculous. A bunch of cats just chewing people so they can get on a plane." But I know you were giggling and I was giggling. And to be fair as well, there was a singing planet. And you hate that kind of shit. But even you were giggling to it like, oh, this... Because usually you'd be like, oh, what the fuck? And I think I'm right in saying the lad who Captain Marvel's married to on this planet, I'm sure he was in a big Asian film. I know some fangirls online were going nuts, like, oh my God, he's in Thingy. And I'm like, oh, he must be. And I'm sure they mentioned it. But anyway, so it was hilarious. I think most people are going to have a fun... Apart from being short and the villain being a little bit lackluster, even though I'm happy for her because her and her husband had 2 epic days on the same day. I think most people are going to have so much fun with this. Yeah,
definitely. Ignore whatever's happened in the present brain. Just watch the film.
Yeah, just watch it. Unfortunately, I can't see this being a massive hit, which Disney might look at and go, it wasn't a massive hit. We're not going to do it again, which is a huge mistake for me. But yeah, we'll see.
It is a big mistake because we've got 3 iconic characters.
Yeah.
From 3 different shows. Well, 2 different shows and films. All brought together.
In perfect sense and in perfect harmony. It wasn't just like, chuck Miss Marvel in there, chuck Monica Rambeau in there, right, do something. It was well thought out.
It's like I said in the way that walk down. They're like 10 years ahead of us when it comes to writing and shit. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Green Stone from Doctor Strange was a ploy from day one.
Yeah. Are you on with regards of it being like Green and Loki shit?
Yes.
Yeah. I could see. I could see that theory being true. I'll read more into it later.
They have to write so far ahead for everything to fucking tangle into each other.
It must be confusing now.
To be them.
Oh no, mate.
I would, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, it must be so confusing now as well because now that it was easy. Not I would say it was easy. It was easier when they knew. Okay, the end goal's Thanos. So we better do Guardians here. We'll include that stone. We're gonna go over here and do Thor. We better include that stone. We're gonna do. And it was a build up. Stones, Thanos. But now they're doing multiversal shit.
Yes.
There must be, and I know there's been reshoots. Like I think Captain America's undergone loads of reshoots, and I know there's chipping and changing. That film's coming out. No, we're not going to do that film anymore. This series, actually, no, we're going to turn that series into a film. Echo's coming on here. How does Echo really play?
A lot of people have been cancelled and fired, and other people have been brought in to reshoot things, direct things.
Well, was it the
X-Men involved?
It was, it was the. Didn't Kevin Feige fired every? Because apparently, I'm glad they did this. Apparently, the original few scripts for Blade were going to be all about life lessons. It was going to be led by 3 females, and Blade was going to be like a 4th main character.
Yes.
And Kevin Feige apparently said, "What the fuck are you doing? It's Blade. He kills vampires. Go."
Yes.
Why are you writing
now? The director is the guy, the original guy.
Who did Logan. No, not Logan. I know, Kevin Truth mentioned it on the podcast.
He's red.
He's red.
He's red.
He's red.
He's blind.
Daredevil. Ah, right, yes. Okay, yes. Okay, well, even that's undergone loads of restuff.
Yes, the new lot has, yes, but the original from Netflix side of things, I enjoyed.
Yeah, Daredevil is one of the strongest TV shows, superhero TV shows. In fact, I've ever seen. It was fucking awesome.
And so now, Blade has also now been confirmed it's going to be R-rated. So
which it needs to be.
So it's the second film, apart from Deadpool.
Deadpool, yeah. Because Blade, you have to as well. You can't
have to with Blade.
It's like it's vampires, it's gore.
It's a life lesson film with Blade.
Nah. And the best thing is, if they turn around and say, "Okay, we'll keep Blade gory and shit. We won't let him mingle with Spider-Man. We'll chuck him in a future Punisher or Daredevil. You can have this darker side of MCU shit. Maybe one or two of them will tangle with these, but the ones that need to be the gory shit." You get like the Blades or the Black Knights and stuff like that we saw at the end of the Eternals, which have still not done anything on. Thingy. But no, anyway, that's Loki and the Marvels. We'll end it there because we've got another podcast to do, and Chrissy boy will be very tired at this moment. So, do you need a refill? Do you want a refill?
No.
Okay. So visuals, for me, I'm gonna usually I miss the fat fucking Dan everything is. As long as I get comic book stuff, happy, good, lucky. Because I have critiqued a bit of the Marvels, I'll try stay on course. I give it a 9 in my my review, my spoiler free. I'm going to give it a 9.5. I've gone up a little bit just because Kamala Khan is fucking adorable. She's amazing and she's hilarious and she can do anything she wants. I'm going to stay. So I've gone from 9 to a 9.5. I'm sorry, it's dumb moments. I get it, whatever. But I had a giggle, I had a laugh. It was fun. It was adventurous. It looked phenomenal. The acting was outstanding. It was just beautiful. 9.5 for me.
I'm going to give it a solid 9. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. I had fun with it. Just could have been a bit longer. And I would have liked to see more of the villain.
Yeah, you could have definitely said a bit more there. That's what I mean. I did want to say, Kamala Khan, 10 out of 10. Kamala Khan, beautiful. I'll try and be... It's getting a half a mark less from me. And also Loki. Sorry, yeah, we've both given that a 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
So that's Loki done. That's the Marvels done. Next time you'll hear anything Marvel related is Echo in February. No, yes, no. I know that it got pushed back to next year. I'm fairly certain it said February.
I think it did.
But I can't remember. Chris is usually the news.
I've got news shit.
Chris is
so stay tuned for Tuesdays.
Yeah, I'm going to do this on Sunday. We'll keep the Marvel Loki stuff on the weekend of release, and we'll keep the news till Tuesday. Yeah. So visuals, if you haven't checked it out already, go check out the Marvels. It's fucking awesome. You'll have a fun time, and go cry at Loki sacrificing everything for us.
And if you haven't,
Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel. I don't know. I don't know. Are you spinning off the Marvels here?
Well, I was going to say, if you haven't already watched shit before it, then you can't really watch this. But I suppose you can watch this before it. But
it would the one that would definitely be a loophole, like a big black hole, would be if you haven't seen Captain Marvel or WandaVision. Be like, who the fuck's Monica Rambeau? Why is she your auntie? Miss Marvel, you can probably just about get away with being like, okay, she's a new hero they've brought in, but ideally watch the show.
Yeah.
But I think the one that you would definitely have a blank space on is Monica Rambeau thinking, who the fuck is this if you haven't like seen WandaVision?
Yeah, all that shit which I didn't remember.
But yes, go check them all out, visuals. We'll end it there. We're going to go talk about newsy news now. Visuals, like this was keep it on.
Love you, bye.
Beautiful.